Today in cannabis news, a potential ban on smoking and vaping in West Hollywood apartments has cannabis advocates alarmed. A dispensary in Massachusetts has voted against unionization, and Texas regulators are once again in the business of harshing our mellow. It's Wednesday, July 29th, and this is your TRICHOMES Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the TRICHOMES.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up today, a cannabis advocacy group is pushing back against a proposal to ban smoking in apartments in West Hollywood. According to WEHOVille, this coming Monday, the West Hollywood City Council will consider enacting a ban on smoking and vaping inside new or newly leased apartments, a policy that is already getting some pushback from cannabis advocates. The council will consider banning smoking and vaping in enclosed common areas of apartment and condo buildings and prohibiting smoking in parks. If approved, the proposal would have the city create a registry in which all apartments designated as non-smoking would be listed. City Council member John Duran is questioning the ban because of its likely impact on those who smoke cannabis products. Duran has noted that under state law, it is illegal to consume cannabis in public places. If the city were to ban smoking cannabis inside apartments or condos, quote, wouldn't this amount to a de facto ban on cannabis consumption citywide? Duran has asked. California NORML, a nonprofit organization that has advocated for reforming laws that restrict access to cannabis, objects that a blanket smoking ban would unfairly affect those smoking cannabis by treating it like tobacco. Unlike tobacco, cannabis has been found not to cause lung cancer, heart disease, or COPD, even when smoked firsthand, California NORML argues. And it notes that the state of California has deemed cannabis an essential medicine, which has allowed cannabis shops to remain open during the COVID-19 shutdown. California NORML also argues that a ban that covers smoking cannabis in multi-unit residential buildings, which make up about 73% of the city's housing units, would be socially inequitable.
Next up, workers at a Massachusetts cannabis retailer reject unionization, resulting in an appeal by the union. According to MJ Biz Daily, cannabis workers at New England Treatment Access, or NETA, a medical and recreational retailer in Brookline, Massachusetts, voted to reject unionizing the company. The union said it will appeal, charging the company with coercive anti-bargaining tactics. NETA said workers at its Brookline dispensary voted 30-9 against unionizing, according to MassLive.com, only weeks after the majority of its cultivation workers in Franklin had signed cards to join a union. The vote marks the first rejection of unionization in Massachusetts since the coronavirus crisis began. Cannabis unionization efforts in the Northeast and Midwest have been on the rise, sparked by worker safety concerns, as well as issues with pay, benefits, and scheduling. According to MassLive.com, the United Food and Commercial Workers Local 1445 is charging that employees at NETA's Brookline facility were threatened and even fired over collective bargaining efforts. NETA denied the allegations.
Let's end the day with news out of Texas, where a smokable hemp ban is taking effect next week. According to Hemp Industry Daily, the disputed measure, part of a larger hemp law signed by Governor Greg Abbott last summer, enforces a ban on the manufacture, processing, distribution, or retail sale of consumable hemp products for smoking. Officials in Texas have certified that the code banning the retail sale and distribution of smokable hemp products has been approved and becomes effective August 2nd. According to a notice posted Friday from Barbara Klein, General Counsel for the Texas Department of State Health Services, legal counsel reviewed the adoption of the ban and, quote, found it to be a valid exercise of the agency's legal authority. The rule was passed despite thousands of industry members expressing opposition to the measure, including the Texas Hemp Industries Association, who last month asked the state health department to change the proposed rule banning smokable hemp sales, saying it goes beyond state and federal statutes, is an unfunded mandate, and is unenforceable.
And that was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit trichomes.com.
And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. You can also keep up with Trichomes on all social media platforms and the Trichomes YouTube channel. For Trichomes.com, I'm Allison Ben-Yehuda.
And I'm David Fortin. Take care, and we'll see you again tomorrow.